Hi girls, in this video I'm going to tell the concept of packages in Java. The topics I'm going to cover are introduction, types of packages and system packages or Java API and user-defined packages and advantages of packages. In Java, programmers can create several classes and interfaces. After creating these classes and interfaces, it is better if they are divided into some groups depending on their relationship. Thus, the classes or interfaces which handle similar or same task are put into the same directory or folder, which is also known as a package. For example, in our laptops and systems, we have 4 or 3 drives. We have to save the content in a folder like that. Okay. We have seen in our laptops and systems, we have the drive C drive, D drive, U drive. On the drives, you have multiple and several folders according to the data we are going to save. So we have folders like that. In Java programming, the classes and interfaces which handle similar or same task are put into the same directory or a folder, which is also known as package. Packages act as a containers for classes. Shortly we can say packages act as a container for classes. A package represents a directory that contain a related group of classes and interfaces. There are basically 2 types of packages in Java. The first one is the system packages or Java API. Second one is the user-defined packages. System packages or Java API or as they are built-in methods, Java also provides inbuilt packages which contain lot of classes and interfaces. These classes inside the packages are already defined and we can use them by importing relevant package in our program. Okay, is it clear, girls? The system packages or these classes inside the packages are already defined and then we can use them by importing relevant package for your program. Java has an extensive library of packages. A programmer need not think about logic for doing any task. For everything, there are methods available in Java and that method can be used by the programmer without developing the logic on his own. This makes the programming very easy. These are all the examples of the Java system packages. Many of the packages are already people used in your programs. For example, import java.io.star, import java.awt, import java.applet.applet, import java.awt.star, like that. You people already used a lot of system packages in your programs. For the previous classes we have studied about the system packages. So here the first one is the java.lang. This supports the language support classes. These are all the classes that Java compiler itself uses and therefore they are automatically imported. They include the classes for primitive types, strings, max, functions, threads and exception. And then the second one is the java.util. Java utility classes such as vector, hash tables, random numbers, date, etc. And then java.io. These are mainly you people known about this. This is basically contains the input and output support classes. They provide facilities for the input and output of data. For example, system.out.println and the data stream reader. Like that, if you use it in your program, if you use an output statement and input statement in your program, you must include this java.io.star. And then java.awt. AWT is the abstract window toolkit, set of classes for implementing graphical user interface. They include classes for windows, buttons, lists, menus, and so on. You people already knew about this. While using the applet and drawing any content or placing a text box or choice button to change the background color of the applet viewer, you use this AWT controls for your program. At the time you need this header files. Okay. And then the java.net. Classes for networking. They include classes for communicating with local computer as well as internet servers. And then the next one is the java.applet. While creating and implementing applets, you can use this for your program. In the applet programs, you already knew about that. What is the use of the header file? Java.applet. And then this is the second one, user-defined packages. The users of the Java language can also create their own package. This is the user created packages for their own use. They are called user-defined packages. User-defined packages can also be imported into other classes and used exactly in the same way as the built-in packages. How the built-in packages we are using by importing this import java.io.star, like that your user-defined packages also imported to the other classes also. Okay, creating the user-defined packages. This is the syntax for that package name, and then public class name. Within that you have to give the body of the class name. We must declare the name of the package using the keyword package keyword followed by the package name. This must be the first statement in the Java source file. Then define a class as normal as define a class. For example, if you are going to create a package, this is the first statement in your program. The example of this package is package my package, and there is a class1. Within this you have to give the coding of that class1. In the above example, my package is the name of the package. The class1 is now considered as the part of this package. My package is the package. Class1 is the class inside the package my package. This listing would be saved as the file class1.java and located in a directory named my package. How this package will be stored in your directory is you have to create a folder named as my package and open that folder, and you first you have to go to the Java JDK 1.3 folder and then the bin. Within the bin folder you have to create a folder on the name of this my package, and then within that folder my package you have to save this class1.java. Is it clear, girls? When the source file is compiled, Java will create a class file and store it in the same directory. The .class file must be located in the directory that has the same name as the package name. You have to create a folder as the same name as the package name. Is it clear? This directory should be subdirectory of the directory where classes that will import the packages are located. And then the steps for creating packages. To create a user-defined package, the following steps should be involved. Declare the package at the beginning of the file using the syntax package name. This is the first statement in your program while creating a package. Define the class that is to be put into the package and declare it public. You have to declare the class as public when you create a package. You can see here class1 is a class inside this my package that should be in the public specifier, not in the private. It should be in the public specifier. And then create a subdirectory under the directory where the main source files are stored. Store the listing as the classname.java file in the subdirectory created and compile the file, the create.class file in the subdirectory. Java also supports the concept of package hierarchy. This is done by specifying multiple names in the package statement separated by dots. Package first, package dot second, package semicolon. This approach allows us to group related classes into a package and the group related package into a larger package. Store this package in a subdirectory named first package / second package. A Java package file can have more than one class definition. In such cases, only one of the classes may be declared as public, and that class name within .java extension is the source file name. When a source file with more than one class definition is compiled, Java creates independent .class files for those classes. How the packages are accessed or by using Java package can be accessed either by using a fully qualified class name or using a shortcut approach through the import statement. This is the syntax: import package1.package2 package3.class name. Here the package1 is the name of the top level package and package2 is the name of the package that inside the package, and so on. We can have any number of packages in a package hierarchy. Finally, the explicit class name is specified. The import statement must end with a semicolon. The import statement should appear before any class definition in a source file. Multiple import statements are allowed. So this is the example. Import my first. This is one package. This is one package. This is the class inside that package. Simply have used that one package itself in import statements. The advantages of packages are, there are several advantages of packages. Some of them are as follow. Packages are useful to arrange related classes and interface into a group. This is the main advantage. Packages are useful to arrange related classes and interface into your group. This makes all classes and interface performing the same task to put together in the same package. And then packages hide the classes and interfaces in separate subdirectories so that accidentally deletion of classes and interfaces will not take place. The third one is the classes and interfaces of a package are isolated from the classes and interfaces of another packages. This means that we can use same name for classes of two different classes. That means it is used to avoid the name conflicts. We can use the same name for two or more classes in two or more different packages. So a group of packages is called a library. The classes and interfaces of a package are like books in a library and can be reused several times. This reusability nature of packages makes programming very easy. Thank you girls. I will explain the program for this package in my next video. Okay.